Hey there, good morning. Thank you for joining. This is Christine Pereira from Soulful Selling Bootcamp. Hey Phil, how's it going? How are you guys? I'm just trying to find a good place here for my iPad where you guys can see me. How's it going? Welcome. I just read some amazing articles about gratitude and sales that I wanted to share with you guys. So welcome, and let me know where you are. If you're new to Periscope, you can tap on the screen to give hearts and show appreciation. I always appreciate that. Hi, welcome. And to share this broadcast, thank you for the hearts. And to share this, you can swipe left or right on your Apple device. Hey, Max, hi, thanks for joining. Or you can swipe up on your Android device. So thank you for joining, guys. I wanted to talk a little bit today about gratitude and sales because I saw some interesting articles. I mean, I think a lot of people know that being grateful and expressing gratitude is great for your health. It's they've said it's great for your IQ, for your attention span. It makes you more productive. It makes your relationships more effective. But I just read an article that was great, which is actually an older article that talks about how gratitude can actually increase sales. They did a study at a big accounting firm kind of in the middle of the busiest season, and they showed that there was actually a 37% increase in sales and productivity that was linked with gratitude. So I thought that was awesome, and I love hearing that kind of information. Hi Heidi, welcome. Thanks for joining. We're talking about gratitude and sales today and how expressing gratitude can make your sales so much more effective. There was recently a study. Let me look up the person who wrote it. Hi, thanks for joining. And feel free to share this scope with anyone. So there's a couple people who have done studies on gratitude. I know at Berkeley near me, there's a Greater Good Foundation who does studies on gratitude all the time. But this was actually from the Harvard Business Review. And it was the Happiness Advantage who wrote this study, and they talked about how this big accounting firm, they asked people to create a gratitude journal and talk about three things they could be grateful for every day, and express gratitude for a colleague each day, which was great, and it really increased their sales. It made a huge difference for them, and I think a lot of us have seen these studies where it's been in the news a lot lately, where gratitude can increase, your productivity, your relationships, it can decrease your stress level. But seeing the actual link to sales and in the work environment is really, really powerful, right? Because so often we get so busy at work and we're, rushing around trying to do tasks, and we kind of forget, and I've seen this a lot in companies that I work for, we forget that there are people involved. And just taking a little bit of time, even if it's 5-10 minutes a day to express gratitude or even to internally think about gratitude, just changes our whole perspective. And I think, if I don't know that the study actually figured this out, but if you think about why the gratitude and expressing this gratitude made them more effective, I think it's because it's like it just created that connection to a person. And it kind of like created a higher level of happiness. The study's actually called the Happiness Advantage. I was just looking at it. Because, when you're expressing gratitude, it's just a reminder. It kind of brings us back down to like what's really important, right? And it could be gratitude that, you have a job that pays you and pays for your health insurance and takes care of your family. It could be the gratitude for the person who sits next to you and, does something really simple like, shares some, treat that they made at home with you. Or it could be, someone who helps you out with a project you're working on. I mean, there's so many little things we can find to be grateful. One story that I remember, and this is from probably like 6 or 7 years ago, but I still remember this because this was so powerful. But someone in my family had passed away, and someone that I worked with who was kind of like a cube mate, we all worked in cubicles, she sat across from me, and we weren't really close friends, but she just came in and brought me flowers one day because she knew it was really hard for me, and it was just such a huge thing. I mean, it was such a small gesture, but it meant so much to me, and it's something that I still remember now, and I'm so grateful that she sat next to me and took the time to do that, because for me, being in this, and it was at a very big corporate company, For me, that made a huge difference in my life, and I was so grateful for her that day. So that was really nice. So do you guys have questions or stories about gratitude? I'd love if you would share. I see a couple of you online, and I'd love for you to share comments about what you think about that. And feel free to tap the screen to give hearts, and you can also share this broadcast with anyone. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on gratitude and sales. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to post some comments on YouTube or on my website, Soulful Selling Bootcamp. I'd always love to see those and what people are thinking. Because I've seen a lot of studies and talk about gratitude, but I've never seen it linked to sales, which is really cool. You know, like I always assume that would be a byproduct because you would be more productive, but to actually see that is really powerful. And I'll post that on my website and on my YouTube channel. So again, I'm Christine from Soulful Selling Bootcamp. You can find us online at soulfulsellingbootcamp.com. You can find us on YouTube at Soulful Selling and Bootcamp, and on Facebook at Soulful Selling Bootcamp. So, you know, feel free to share this with others. I hope you get a chance to watch the replay if you're not watching live. And I just wanted to share this information with you because I think it's really powerful and it's a great way to go into the day. So again, if you could just take, time, in your sales process or in your sales strategy, if you work that in and say, I'm just going to take 5 minutes every day to write 3 things I'm grateful for in my business, and see how that affects you in your sales and in your business overall. And please share with us the results that you see from that. We would love to see that. So thank you guys. I'm going to sign off now. It was great talking to you. Again, I'm Christine Pereira from Soulful Selling Bootcamp, and thanks for joining me.